morning, everybody. Here at The Point. I am not here with Joshua this morning. I'm here with the fabulous Casey.
I don't know about fabulous, but it is Saturday morning, and so that's something. How are you today, Sal?
I'm doing good. This weather is a roller coaster, ain't it?
Yeah, it feels like that. And it's going to be warm today, like warm-ish in the 60s, but then it's going to get bitterly cold Sunday and Monday. And actually, we probably ought to talk about that, about what people need to do if they've got plants outdoors and how can they get ready for this very, very cold weather that's coming overnight on Sunday night.
Yes, and what I find to be the biggest problem is it going from 50 all the way down to 20. And I did look up the National Radar or National Weather System online. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get this where I can hear myself, but not like, there we go. But and not scream in my ears. But anyway, yeah, so go to the National Weather Survey. I believe that's what it is online. And you can actually go and see hour by hour by hour, because that's super, super, super important. Oops. I just had my phones updated. Well, I didn't. It just made me do it. And now I don't know how to put everything on silent. I think I got it now. Wendell, hey, I'm in the radio show. So, I hope you're listening. Yeah. Don't call my phone number for the radio show. If you want to call in, call 803-799-8255. So, but you can text questions to my phone. Sorry about all the distractions. But yes, as what I was telling Casey, it's how long is it going to be cold for? And it's going to be pretty bitter cold for several hours now and almost every night until I think about Friday. So you may have to start covering up some crops. The lettuce is kind of quick to get burnt in that weather. Collards, cabbage should be okay if you don't have acres and acres and acres and you can cover them up. I would. Mm-hmm. Don't bring them into a greenhouse though, because you're just going to shock them. A greenhouse is a hot house, and these are cool weather crops. So.
All right. I mean, I don't have those crops, but some people listening probably do. So we'll just let them have that information.
You're thinking about that coleslaw from that cabbage.
Well, I think we were, it was yesterday, a girlfriend of mine, we were at her house. She was putting up her artificial Christmas tree, and we were talking about it getting cold, and she said she had some plants on her back deck that she was going to bring inside because she knew it was getting cold overnight. And that's what made me think of it. So.
Oh, yeah, it definitely. And it, like I said, going from 50, because tonight's low is going to be 50 degrees. That's an insane jump to 20.
Right.
And that is very stressful. But and the good news is your sunchoke top should be totally dead by now, and you can harvest sunchokes.
Tell us about sunchokes, because I don't even know what sunchokes are.
Yeah, so it's a perfect zombie apocalypse crop.
Zombie apocalypse crop.
It is. Nice. Yes. Nobody's going to even know it's edible. But they're actually a native sunflower. They're called Jerusalem artichokes because the Native Americans, the word for it sounded like Jerusalem artichokes, but they're not from Jerusalem.
Like Jerusalem as in Israel?
Yes.
Okay. So they're called Jerusalem artichokes.
Yes. They're also called sunchokes because it's a sunflower, a native sunflower, and it can choke out the sun because it gets so tall.
Okay.
And they also get really thick. And they're invasive, too. So if you don't have a whole lot of acreage to plant them, you can plant them in pots. But I will tell you that each bulb will give you 5 to 10 gallons of sunchokes.
Wow.
So if you put them 1 or 2 in a 5-gallon bucket, by the end of the season, that bucket's going to bust because it's going to be so much. And it's what you harvest is the roots. And the roots is kind of like a gnarly-looking potato. Kind of tastes between a potato and a chestnut. So it's good for people that's on insulin, just very, very hardy. You cannot harvest them, however, until the tops completely die.
Okay. So you're going to put them in a 10-gallon bucket. They're going to grow up into these gigantic plants, and then the tops are going to die. What's the season for these things? Like, when would you plant them in the first place, and when would they grow?
So right now you should be starting to dig them up, and you can dig them up as you want to eat them. So if you have it in a pot, and you probably, a 10-gallon pot is going to be too little. You need to have a pretty big pot. And even in that big pot, you're only probably going to plant about 4 bulbs. So I would say nothing less than like 35 gallons to put them in the pot. If you put them in the ground, you're not ever going to get rid of them. They're just so prolific. I planted 9 4 years ago, and I probably have 3,000 in the ground.
Holy cow.
Yeah, it's insane. Yes. My dad, when we dig them up, he's always like, leave some of them. Don't harvest all of them. I'm like, Pop, we're never going to harvest all of them.
How does that happen if you dig them up? Like what is it, just that they've left something behind? They've left roots or something behind?
It's almost, I mean, it's like when I pull up the stems, I'll dig down probably about 6 inches before we have to get the tractor out and start digging more.
Right.
And in that little spot, I mean, you're getting gallons of sunchokes.
Wow.
And you can use them. You can eat them raw. You can them. You can use them in chow chow. And most people can them because the bad thing about sunchokes, as soon as you pull them out of the ground, they start deteriorating, and in 2 days they're gone.
Gotcha.
And I've had several people. We had sunchoke harvesting day yesterday, and we got it today at the farm. You can actually come up there and see what we're harvesting. And, it's a lot of fun. So come down there. We'll teach you some stuff about them. But one quick question before we go to our call, or one quick thing before we go to call. I had a question yesterday. Several people bought them online in July. And whoever's harvesting sunchokes and shipping them in July, they're not going to do because they're not ready to be harvested, number one. Or taken out of the ground. Number 2, they're going to deteriorate in the mail really quick in July.
Right. So don't mail order your sunchokes.
Not in July.
Okay, gotcha. Yes, so we do have a call. Good morning.
Morning. You forgot to tell them about frying them, too.
Oh, yeah. Sherry, tell us your favorite technique.
Peel them, slice them real thin, and you don't need a whole lot of oil. You just toss them in the oil till they brown really well. Pull them out. Salt and pepper or garlic, or eat them raw. I mean, it's plain like that. You don't have to put anything on them. They're really good. And Josh, I think he even tried one when we had that class last year.
I was super proud of him because he does.
Reluctantly, but he did.
I know. We're going to one day get him eating vegetables, right?
Yeah, he liked the fried, I think, better than he liked the ones we were pickling. But they're really good, and they are good for you. It's kind of, I've yet to harvest mine this year because I'm going to wait till next week when it's really gotten cold. But I have mine. I had a cinder block raised bed, and it is probably 2.5 by 4.
Mm-hmm.
And they keep coming back. I think when I first planted them, and I don't even know how long, but 3-4 years ago, I think that was the first time I planted them. And the first year, it was ridiculous, the amount of them I had. I even went on next door, like, anybody want sunchokes? Because I'm never going to be able to use all these things. But they do. They just keep coming. But they're beautiful, and the hummingbirds and the bees and the butterflies love them. So
and they're late bloomers, which is great because when everything else is dying and the bees and the butterflies and the birds don't have anything to eat, they have those. They bloom about late October.
So when this is an annual crop, when would you put them in, and when would they bloom?
You can put them in now until I would say February because you want them to be very dormant in the ground.
Okay.
Soon as you get them, you need to plant them. And we'll talk more when we come back from the break.
Thanks, Sherry.
Thank you, Sherry.
There are moments in life when we need something simple and meaningful. At Love and Peace Dove Release in Columbia, we help families and friends honor life's special moments, weddings, celebrations, and final goodbyes. Our beautiful white doves bring a quiet sense of peace, and each one is carefully trained to return safely home after their release. To learn more, call 803-609-5648 or find us on Facebook at Love and Peace Dove Release.
When it needs to come down, call the pros who get it done right. From porches to pools, houses to sidewalks. If you want it gone, it's gone. Fast, professional, committed to top quality service. We handle residential, commercial, even emergency jobs. Demolition Services LLC, locally owned and ready to work. Call 803-553-8453 and let's clear the way today.
Hi, everybody. I am in the studio, not with Joshua today, but with the fabulous Casey.
I just have so many questions. I always just have so many questions. I don't understand any of this. It's so foreign to me, but it's amazing, and I always learn so much. And then, everything with the radio, I promptly forget. Like I'll walk out the door and it will be, this whole hour will just be like a complete mystery for me.
But you can rewatch it
That's right.
on the YouTube.
You have another call.
Oh, yay. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to The Point.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, doing fantastic. Who are we talking with today?
Sutton Shaw.
I
of the
thought
Big
that
Red
was
Barn
you.
Retreat.
Good morning, Sutton Shaw. It's good to hear from you.
Hey, Casey. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. What can we do for you today?
Well, I was just calling in and talk to you a little bit about what's going on at the Red Barn. It's the holiday season, and I thought I'd kind of give you guys an update of everything that's going on at the Red Barn. I saw Sal yesterday, and we were talking a little bit about the program, and we talked about maybe, me calling in and talking a little bit about that to your folks.
I think that sounds wonderful. Tell us what you got going on over at the Big... Well, first of all, for folks who don't know, tell us what the Big Red Barn Retreat is, where you guys are located, and what your mission is.
We're located in Blythewood, and we're at in the 29016 zip code, but we're off 321. So we're not in the town limits, but we are in Richland County. And so we're a nonprofit that started in 2014, and our simple mission is helping heroes thrive. So we help all military, whether you're a veteran or active duty, as well as first responders. So that would be firemen, law enforcement, EMT. We help all of them. And again, it's all about helping them thrive. And so we offer both services that are non-traditional for those that are struggling, from equine assisted psychotherapy, which is therapy using a horse, you don't ride it, yoga, tai chi, art therapy, music therapy, all of that, all free.
Gardening
but we also
therapy.
offer
And the gardening therapy.
I'm sorry, yeah, and we do offer that and Sal can talk about the benefits of that, because I think the next program I'm going to talk about, she actually has a PATH grad working with her, which is, we have a training program called Warrior PATH, and PATH stands for Progressive Alternative Training for Helping Heroes. And so that program basically trains people how to struggle well, how that struggle happens in our lives. It doesn't matter who you are, and that if with the proper training, struggle can be the gateway to a more authentic life. It can help you have greater appreciation for life. It can make you have deeper relationships. But again, not everyone has that. So it is the only privately funded program that facilitates and cultivates post-traumatic growth for our heroes.
And right here in Blythewood, too, y'all.
Yeah, I have been fortunate enough to get to volunteer out there a couple of different times, and it's amazing, the folks that come through that program and the people that staff that program. Sutton, you have such a great community of willing, giving, loving individuals that are part of this, that really believe in the mission and really believe in what you guys are doing as far as post-traumatic growth is concerned. And the science behind it is amazing. All the Warrior PATH and the Struggle Well programming is just incredible. It's really, you're doing some really good work up there. About how many people are coming through your programs, annually or monthly? What kind of numbers do you guys have?
Well, we have probably, I would say, about 3,000 to 3,500 through the training and the services come through annually.
That's a huge
The
impact.
big thing,
Huge impact.
I think the big thing that what we focus on is, and you touched upon it, Casey, is the science. So a lot of folks can come out and go, hey, we had 10,000 people show up. But 10,000 people, right, someone coming, having a fun weekend, maybe, walking the trails, or maybe a fun weekend, doing something, maybe whatever that could be. Right? They still go home, and if they're still struggling in their life, and what I mean by struggling is if in your personal life, how you react in everyday life to things that may happen, struggle. I call struggle something so simple as, it could be something so small as, some men or women, right? You walk in and something's out of place in your house, and someone has put it somewhere where you can't find it. Mm-hmm. Right? How many times have you heard of people just losing it, like yelling at people, where's my, whatever that is.
Yeah.
I can't think of an item, right? And they get all mad and angry at everybody and scream at everybody. And they finally find it, and that person now has yelled at two people in the house, right? So this is about that type of struggle. How are you just responding to life in general? to the people around you?
Right.
And does that deepen those relationships, or does that push them further away?
Right.
I love that. That is, because it's everything could be a daily struggle if you think about it, and
And
learning to deal with it.
Yeah, there's those kind of deep wounds, and we talk about this on the next show, the writing show, like the core wound, right? Like there's those deep wounds, and a lot of times with our veterans and first responders, those are wounds that came from their occupations, right? It's just seeing a lot of trauma, seeing a lot of death, seeing dismemberment, these kinds of things that are really shocking to their system, and they might even know that those wounds are still there, and they're causing those kinds of outbursts and that short temper. And you mentioned like some of the little things. It could be road rage, right? Like, why do people yell at the car in front of them? They can't hear you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, but to get, white knuckling your steering wheel because the driver in front of you has cut you off, like that's kind of not processing the stress very well. So I love that the Big Red Barn Retreat is focused on helping people to recognize, what those causes are, address those causes, and try to pull that temperature down just a little bit.
And I love the volunteers out there, and most of them are from the military background, and to see them heal and how much they're doing and giving back to the community also.
The volunteering is awesome.
Well, and Sal does have a volunteer, Brian, that I think he drives down from Greenville, doesn't he, Sal?
Yes, all the way, yes.
To come get some garden action.
He's fabulous. Oh, my gosh.
He does. Well, the cool part with Brian is I think he graduated from Warrior Path, I'm going to say maybe 3 years ago. It's been a while.
But he's staying engaged.
That's what happens, and so that makes us unique in the sense that the other Warrior Path programs, there are others around the country. But we're different in the fact that if you come to our Warrior Path program, and the 7-day initiation is intense. You live on property for 7 days. You're up by 6, and you're not going to bed at 8:30. So it's not a fun time hanging out in the cabin. It's work. You're working on yourself. And so, but let's say you want to continue to connect back with the Red Barn. You can do that. If you go through the program and you still are struggling maybe with something that's deep in your past and you want to continue to work on yourself, there's services there that you can return. You can come back and walk the labyrinth, because everybody, even with training, might need a little help at some point. So being able to return, and to Sal's point, gardening, volunteering, but now you're not volunteering because you feel like I'm struggling, so if I can help somebody else somehow, that makes me feel good about myself.
Sure.
But you're still not dealing with what is deep inside you that really is causing you to struggle. So you see veterans volunteer all the time, because that's what they're trained in the military to do, right?
Sure.
Is volunteer and serve others. But sometimes that can't be the replacement for the work that you need to work on yourself. You need to take a knee, and they don't like to do this. Take a knee and invest in themselves.
Yeah.
Amen.
And that's a hard thing for them to do. They'll always step aside and let someone take that spot.
Well, I think it's interesting, too, because you mentioned it's not a one-time event. I mean, people can go to a weekend conference. They can go to some kind of retreat or a giveaway, a getaway and have some like feel-good emotions for a couple of days, but then go back into their life, and the life is still there. Life is still lifing, and it's trouble, right? But with Warrior Path and this 1-week program, that initiation, and then the constant communication, because they get battle buddies in this program, where they get people that are accountability partners, and this is a long-term transformation for them. This is, I don't want to live this way anymore, and I want to be a different person on the other side. And I think that's the transformation piece for me is what's so inspiring about what you guys do at the Big Red Barn.
Exactly. And how do they get in touch with you, and how can they be a part of the program and help out with some of the funding and different things that's going on?
Well, there's a couple ways. The Red Barn Retreat is thebigredbarnretreat.org. And when you go on the website, you can go under one of the drop-down menus has volunteer opportunities. And Sal will tell you great volunteer opportunities. There's volunteering in the garden. And we were talking about this yesterday. Everyone thinks like, okay, it's winter. We all walk away from our gardens.
Nope.
Just so you know, Sal, we attacked your kale out there yesterday on a tour. They're like, is that kale? I'm like, yes, it is. And they're like, can we have some? I go, I didn't. So we let them have some. But
of course.
Yes, absolutely.
Kale,
and,
yeah.
And then
How did she say kale? Yeah.
well, and we use that. They like cooking in the program. The chefs will go out there and get the fresh prepared vegetables from the garden. So it's awesome. They'll bring them in and cook them. So, but there's also with every Warrior Path class, there are volunteer opportunities because we cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner for them. So you can sign up for all that on the website, and you actually can pick your schedule. So even if you go, I'm super busy, I can't do this, well, on a Saturday morning for breakfast, you might be able to help, or in the evening, you don't have to be there till 5:30. And it's only a 2.5 hour volunteer time. So it's not like 8 or 10 hours. Sometimes, right, you don't have 8 hours, but do you have 2 hours in the evening? And oh, by the way, once you help serve and prepare and serve the food, then you get to sit down at the table and talk, be there and eat the food that you're a part of. So that's
amazing cooks out there.
I was going to say, and there are chefs too. So I am not a cook at all, but I got to serve lunch there, and I just did what they told me to do. Right, like I didn't have to bring a menu with me. I didn't have to bring supplies. All of that is there. You can just show up and be that body that can help them chopping and serving and that sort of thing. So don't feel intimidated by it if cooking is not your jam. Give us the website again, will you, Sutton? Because we're about to go to break.
TheBigRedBarnRetreat.org, O-R-G.
And right now is a great time if you're thinking about gifts for your friends in military service or first responders. It's a great opportunity for you to give to the Big Red Barn Retreat and in their honor, and let them know, hey, I know this is a meaningful gift, especially, and it's a great Christmas gift as well. So go out there to thebigredbarnretreat.org. Thank you, Sutton, for calling, and I'm so glad to hear from you.
It's great to talk to y'all, and you have a great day. Stay warm. Actually, I think it's ironic. It's the same temperature here as in Laramie, Wyoming.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. All right. We're going to break. We'll be back on the other side. Thanks, everybody.
This Advent, discover the beauty of waiting and wonder in a truly historic place. At Ascension Lutheran Church, our 113-year-old Gothic sanctuary surrounds you with timeless stained glass and the warm light of our treasured Tiffany window. Experience the hope and promise of Advent with us. Worship Sundays at 10:30 at 827 Wildwood Avenue in Columbia.
Hey, welcome back in. I'm here with Miss Casey.
Good morning. Happy Saturday, everybody.
I guess it should be Mrs. Casey.
Yeah, Dr. Casey.
Dr. Casey. Yeah, oh my.
We have I want to give a quick plug for the parade today. So Kev and I are going to be on the air from 4 to 5:30. Out there on site in Casey, West Columbia, in front of the Chamber of Commerce, getting ready for the parade. Today in Casey is like all day Christmas in Casey today. And so I would encourage everybody to go out there, take a look at it. It's on 12th Street is where the parade's going to be. It actually starts at 5:30, but they're going to shut the streets down at like 4:30, I think. And so it's kind of early, like, just be aware you may not be able to travel around Casey, West Columbia the way you want to. But anyway, so we're going to be out there, and then I get to be a judge at the parade.
And this is the best weather for the parade we've had yet, ain't it? It's going to be nice.
It's going to be gorgeous. So looking forward to that. Unfortunately, it means I have to miss the Army-Navy game. Do not call me or text me Army-Navy game scores. We are going to wait. We're putting it on delay. So when we get home, my family, when we get home, we're going to watch it in the, at like 8 o'clock at night, as if it's just now starting. You know what I mean? So I've been telling everybody, do not text me, do not tell me anything about the Army-Navy game, because we're going to watch it on tape delay. So anyway, you have a call on the Groucho's Deli phone lines.
Hey, how are you doing?
Hi.
Hi, how are you? Who am I talking with today?
Good. Yes, this is Chimera. Thank you so much for taking my call.
Hi, Chimera. Welcome into The Point. What can we do for you?
Yes, I'm calling because I have a question in regards to gardening inside my home. I'm interested in growing vegetables and also some fruits. And I wanted to know how to start that. What's the best way? What do I need in order to successfully grow that?
Now, are you in an apartment? Is there any reason why you have to definitely grow indoors?
Not necessarily. I'm not in an apartment. I'm in a house.
Okay.
But I want to be able to grow these vegetables like during the wintertime and not have to go outside.
Yeah, it is
I don't blame
definitely
you, Kamara.
cold.
It is cold.
It is definitely cold. The biggest problem you're going to have is with the sunlight. So what I would suggest for some of your winter crops like collards, cabbage, broccoli, putting them in some pots right outdoors, so you don't have to go very far. And the great thing about kale, turnip greens, collards, and cabbage is that you can cut it and it keeps coming back every about 6 weeks. So it's kind of a gift that keeps on giving. I've been successful with some herbs in the house against the window and also onions. I know you said fruit trees. Do you have a sun porch?
No, I don't, but I was watching some YouTube videos, and I did see something about grow lights.
Mm-hmm.
Is that possible?
It is possible. You may invest in one of those kits if you do that. I will tell you, though, probably cabbage, collard, stuff like that, it's going to be too hot in your house They like the cool weather, and they need to get hit by that frost to actually taste good. There are some of these kits that are kind of hydroponic-y, like hybrid, and they claim you can grow tomatoes and stuff in it, but the little cups are really big. So, yeah, you're not going to be able to do that. But you probably could do some herbs under the lights. I think that would be, because a lot of your herbs are, needing about 6 hours. So that would be...
6 hours of light.
Yes.
So you could grow, what are you talking about? Like basil, cilantro, things like that?
Yes, yes. As far as fruit trees, that's definitely going to need to be out in the summertime and brought back into the house. I don't think you're going to be able to get the sufficient light in order to grow those.
Okay.
But if you put a lemon tree in a pot, and you could put it out over the summertime, it would be outside, and then bring it in the winter. But it's just not going to produce lemons in the winter.
No.
And then in the summertime, you put it back out there, and because it's out in the summertime, it's got the warmth and all that. It might produce lemons again.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And I would go with the pots for your greens. And a lot of people here think you can't grow all winter. I remember the very first interview I had on air with Kevin. He's like, well, what are you going to grow in the wintertime? I was like, we could grow a lot of stuff. He goes, no, you can't grow nothing in the wintertime. I was like...
People think because the trees went dead, everything else goes dead too.
Exactly. I'm like, no, actually look outside and see how much is green out here. So, yes, the wintertime actually is a lot easier to grow. You don't have the heat. You're not having to water as much. I hope. Are you local?
I am.
Okay, you'll have to definitely come out to the farm. Today is Sunchoke Day, so 11:30 to 3. You can come out and get some seeds, kind of look at the pots that we've got. We've got this unique system called a modified wicking system, where we put one hole in the bucket 5 inches up so it holds water, because if you're on city water, this can get into your budget, watering all these plants. Definitely come out. And, another thing is a small greenhouse, but... you got to think about this, is that at night, the greenhouse is going to be same temperature as outside. So you're going to have to heat that. And even in my mom and dad's small greenhouse, we had some seedlings starting with a little space heater, and it brought up the bill to $300 a month.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Even in expensive.
Yes, I have gas heat in my big greenhouse, but we still can't afford to keep it much over... we just try to keep it from freezing in there.
Right.
So I'm not growing. People look at that greenhouse like, why are you not growing tomatoes and peppers and da 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 da? The heating bill was nearly $1,000.
Yeah, you don't want to keep it summer weather all year round. It's just too expensive.
It's just too much. Yeah. So.
But so many winter crops that can be grown. So it's just more fun to be maybe seasonal and be growing something a little different every season based on the weather that we're exposed to.
Yeah, and herbs. Do you use a lot of herbs?
I do.
Okay, good. Yeah, that would be great. And I tell you, rosemary can be outside year-round. I've got beautiful rosemary, and people come out there and like, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing. You leave it alone. Same thing with moringa. Leave the moringa alone. There's some of the herbs where you just let them grow. Garlic chives, that's super easy. Egyptian onions. There's a lot of crops that you just plant, and you just... sunchokes, but don't plant sunchokes in your yard. Your neighbors would hate you, I think. Unless you got a lot of room.
Yeah, because you were saying those will double and triple, and you said something like you planted like 9 of them, and you ended up with 3,000.
Yes,
that's insane.
They multiply as bad as the guinea pigs. as bad as the tribbles on Star Trek.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Well, did we answer your question? Michael Frank's going to be calling in here. Encyclopedia Frank is going to be calling in here in a little bit, and I think he's going to chime in too. Did you have any other questions for us, hon?
I did.
Yeah, go ahead.
So far as soil, what type of soil is best for those pots inside?
Yeah, so I like the Sungrow 3B mix. It's a big old bag for $22. If you don't need a big bag, we can half that bag. It's no problem, especially when we're not super busy. And then I like to mix that with a little bit of black cow compost. And the black cow compost does not have that much of a smell to it, but you need to add a little bit, and really no smell to it. It's already digested down to just look like black dirt. So just mix some of that up together. For herbs, you need a 2-to-1 ratio, 2 Sungrow to 1 black cow. And you can just do that by, getting your cups and putting 2 of the potting soil and 1 of the black cow, mixing it up. And that way it gets a lot more drainage.
All right. Great. Well, thank you so much for answering my questions.
No problem. Excited. Thank you. And thank you for subscribing to our website.
Yes.
Yeah. And good luck to you, and give us a call back and let us know how it went.
Thank you.
Thank you. Day.
See ya. Have a great day. Man, that was fun. I like talking to people who are getting ready to start something new.
That's so exciting.
When it's, hey, this is my first time, and I would always encourage to go out to the farm and spend some time with Sal and take really good notes on what she's going to tell you for what kinds of equipment you need, and then what kinds of, the cadence of it to me is really important too, of when do I water, how frequently do I water, how much sunlight are they supposed to get, what am I supposed to do with them, and I would just need a whole journal of instructions of how to be able to do all this, because I would be a total newbie at this.
And it's so much fun. And normally on Wednesdays we have volunteer days, so you can come out to my farm, volunteer. And then on Thursdays at the Big Red Barn, 9:30 to 11:30. So those are both 2 opportunities to come out and actually get your hands dirty and see what we're doing. And then also this Wednesday, however, the special needs group that comes over, we're taking them. They're going to meet us at the church for a happy birthday Jesus celebration where they're singing. Yes, it's so much fun. Singing, hot dogs, it's a potluck. So we will be down there. Everybody's invited if they want to come out. It's at the church, 11:30 to about 12:30. I think that, hang on one second. Let me make sure I got the times right. No, 11 a.m. December 17th. So it's a light lunch. It's going to be a lot of fun. Singing Christmas carols. It's going to be in the fellowship hall, so we can sing Jingle Bells and all the all the real fun ones.
Yeah.
And then we have one other thing coming up. Well, we got a lot of stuff coming up at the historic church, Ascension. You saw it. It's beautiful.
It is absolutely gorgeous. Ascension Lutheran, right in it's in a great neighborhood north of Columbia, where it's an old established neighborhood. I mean, there's just it's a beautiful church, a beautiful space there.
Beautiful stained glass windows. So we have on December the 20th, we have Carols and Bells, which is going to be it's going to be a Christmas celebration with hymns, and you get to sit there, sing with us if you want to, and you get to see all the beautiful stained glass windows. It reminds me of being the movie Home Alone, when they come and they just sit in the church and they just contemplate. I mean, it's so nice. And then Christmas can be bittersweet for people. So also on the 21st, Eau Claire Baptist and Ascension is doing a blue Christmas, which is just going to be kind of reflection, because this is a really hard time of year for a lot of people.
Right.
But definitely, since it's bittersweet for me too, because we're thinking about my pets that I've lost this year. The grandparents, and a lot of grandparents don't have or have passed, and it's just a lot of stuff going on.
Sure.
And so that's 20th and 21st. And I've had a lot of calls about the Misfit Dinner that we're having at our farm. So this will be, I think, the 4th annual one. We are having on Christmas Eve, 2:30 to 4:30. Just hadn't got it on the website yet. So,
all right. Lots and lots coming up. So that's the 17th, Happy Birthday Jesus, in the middle of the day, 11 o'clock at Ascension Lutheran. And then on the 20th is the caroling. And what time is that going to be?
That is 5
5 p.m. at Ascension Lutheran. And then the 21st will be a combined Blue Christmas contemplation ceremony that will also be, is that at Ascension Lutheran as well?
It is.
And then the last one, the Misfit Dinner, is actually at the farm, and that's on the 24th.
The 24th, yes.
So much going on, Sal. So much going on.
Fun. We'll catch you in just a second.
Hi, I'm Dondi Mercer-Plank. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or just starting, let me introduce you to Grow Your Garden with Sal, your go-to spot for everything you need this season. As a South Carolina certified farm, they offer locally grown vegetable seedlings, plants, and seeds to help your garden thrive. And don't worry if you don't have a green thumb, Sal and her team will teach you how to grow with confidence. Shop online at growyourgardenwithsal.com or stop by 113 Hilltop Drive in Columbia.
For over 17 years, the Original Landscape Supply in Chapin has provided gardeners with top-quality organic soil, mulch, and sand. Whether you're planting flowers, vegetables, or shrubs, we have what you need to grow strong, beautiful plants. Visit theoriginallandscapesupply.com to give your garden the best.
What's better than getting the best Wagyu and Hereford beef anywhere in these parts and getting it delivered to your door? How about knowing you're still supporting local farmers in Saluda over at H&J Cattle, where tradition meets quality? Visit HandJCattle.com. Place your order for $50 or more, get free delivery in Richland or Lexington County. Plus, Point listeners get 10% off your order. Enter keyword The Point as one word for your discount. HandJCattle.com.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back in to The Point. We really appreciate you. I kind of expected a call from Encyclopedia Frank in a little bit because somebody was asking questions about chokeberries. So hopefully he's going to chime in here in a minute. I can't remember what time he said he was going to call in. But, yeah, so we'll wait for his call. And if not, then we'll catch it next week. But, yeah.
I mean, I don't know anything about what are chokeberries.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm looking forward to finding out from Senor Frank.
All right, cool. We'll just tease that just a little bit.
We'll just tease that a little bit. But yes, definitely Sunchoke Day at the farm.
I was going to say, did we get enough of the Sunchoke conversation? We've got some more things to share with us. So people who are just tuning in, we were talking about sunchokes in the first segment. Mm-hmm. Tell us just a little bit about what Sunchoke Day at the farm is all about.
Yeah, so you come out, see our sunchokes, which now the tops are dead, and then start pulling them up. And y'all can, if y'all want to get dirty, you can get down into the soil and dig them up. If not, I can get down into the soil and dig them up for you. It's actually pretty easy to get the surface sunchoke. So it's a native sunflower, and we harvest the roots after the frost hits. And now is also the time to replant. So it's not something you can take home, put in the refrigerator, and it lasts even 3 days. So you either need to put it back into dirt until you want to eat it, because you can't eat them too, or go ahead, eat them, do whatever you're going to want to do with them, can them, or go ahead and plant them.
So we talked about cooking them, slicing them thin, and frying them. Mm-hmm. You said they're a little bit like a potato type of vibe, right? So share some of the other ways that people could prepare their sunchokes. If you get them today, you're going to want to eat them before the end of the weekend.
Yes. And unless you want to put them outside up under the dirt, like in a little pot, and then you can go out and harvest them. You can fry them. You can put them in an air fryer. Canning them, pickling them.
And about how big are they? Eat them raw.
Eat them raw.
Which is why you said it's a good zombie apocalypse food.
Exactly. None of your neighbors are going to know that you've got food up under the earth. They're just going to see sunflowers.
Right.
So, yeah.
Learn to recognize sunchokes so that in the inevitable zombie apocalypse, you'll have something to eat. So eat them raw. And so tell us, what's the size? Sorry, I asked how big they are, and I didn't let you finish.
Yeah. The biggest ones we got may be about the half size of my fist. They're not super big, and then you also got some smaller ones. Smaller ones I usually leave in the ground so they can re-emerge, and then the bigger ones we'll do something with, like canning, cooking, whatever. So we ship them too. So if you do want to, if you're listening and you're not local, growyourgardenwithsal.com, we can ship them to you also. They will come in some dirt. Take them out, put them into a pot outside where it's cold, so they'll remain dormant until you want to plant them, but try to get them into the ground pretty quick, because that's why you don't see them in the grocery store, because they just deteriorate too quick.
Right.
Kind of like the pawpaws. The pawpaw fruit from the trees, they deteriorate. They deteriorate really, really fast. And the Bradford watermelon, the rinds are not very thick. So, yeah, that's a lot of times why you don't see some of the older stuff in the store, is because it just doesn't have the shelf life.
Right. which makes sense. I mean, but if you are growing them in your own house at your own place, you can eat them right away, right? So you can harvest them and eat them within the day or two, and be able to make good use of them. So good hearty vegetables. And you said these sunchokes will multiply. So if you get 3 or 4 of them from Sal today, and you go and put them in a pot, you're going to have 1,000 of them.
You're gonna have a lot. Yes, exactly. And we give you some directions on how to grow them. There's also some fabulous YouTube videos we've got on how to grow sunchokes. It's just the other thing is that people get upset because they don't come up till about I'd say when the ground really heats up, so almost into July.
Okay,
is when they're going to start popping out of the ground. And people will call me February, they're not up. March, they're not up. Every month, they're like, hang on.
Hold tight, they're coming.
Yes, and then they're not blooming. I'm going to pull them up. No, they're late bloomers. Loofah is another late bloomer. People call me and they're like, I'm pulling up my loofah right now because it didn't bloom. No, because it's a late bloomer for a reason. That's to help out the animals too and, get pollinated and So super important.
It's interesting you say that, and I don't mean to get all existential on this, but when we think about how the crops have these different cycles and they're available at different times of year, that really is, by strategic design, by the creator to feed these animals all year round. And so if we move to a farming where we're really only wanting the crops that are durable, right? And so we stop doing these seasonal crops, then we're really sort of robbing those animals of their nutrition and their sustenance over the year. I hadn't thought of that, but I guess it's not, we have friends that they have a fenced in yard and they have a raised bed, which is where they grow all their summer vegetables. So the only animals that can get to those are the squirrels. You know what I mean? They're not really feeding the forest. You know what I mean? But I just think about from a overall big impact, global impact of farming in general. It seems like maybe we have been having a negative impact on those animals.
And even putting in the native flowers in the beds and growing some flowers for the bees and the all the different stuff. Letting your dandelions come up and not killing them, because that's really the first feed of the year for a lot of these bees coming out. And also the dandelions, if it gets warm, the bees come out, the dandelions come out, and they work together.
But also my homeowners association comes out and tells me that I need to get rid of my weeds in my yard.
I know, so I guess everything's got to be in the backyard. But I see in Forest Acres now they're going to allow goats. I thought that was so. Maybe the world's coming around. You'll have goats out there pretty soon.
We've had a pretty big impact in Blythewood from the leveling of all that forest to make way for the Scout Motors plant. Have you heard any conversations around wildlife in our area or anything like that?
Lots and lots. And also the clear cutting for all the developments going up.
Right.
Lots and lots and lots. So whatever you can do to make a little micro environment in your backyard. Put pressure on your homeowners associations to at least have a garden somewhere that the community can use, some green space. Because once these animals are gone, they are gone.
Right.
This is a delicate subject, but people get, mad at me for, having the guinea pigs, and I'm a vegetarian, so it's hilarious. And having my certified homing pigeons, which if they didn't want to come home and they hated me, they could go live at the truck stop, but they come home. And I, get some tongue lashings on Facebook, which a lot of people on Facebook are super brave.
Yeah. There's some trolls out there.
Some trolls out there.
Yeah.
But, oh my gosh, I can't believe that you're killing doves and guinea pigs. I'm not killing any doves, any guinea pigs. They come home. It's totally fine. And I'm just, you go to their page, they're in, the subdivision, not to hurt anybody that's in a subdivision, but you think about when you're doing all that clear cutting for the plant that went up and all the clear cutting, the toads, the salamanders, the snakes, the bees,
all that wildlife,
the birds, the eagles, don't pick on me, a vegetarian, about my homing pigeons. Come on now.
Well, and some of that will regenerate. I mean, you'll see where we just had a snake on our porch not too long ago. I mean, and our neighborhood's pretty well established. We've been in our house for 12 years. I mean, but the other houses around us have been much longer than that. So some of that will regenerate in some ways, but it'll just be different. And so we just really maybe be conscious of what the impact is stages of this kind of growth and this kind of, progress. And I'll put that in some air quotes.
And do what you can do to like have that little wildlife sanctuary in your backyard somewhere. Definitely. Right. Any kind of flowers and pots, anything you can do to help the animals, and less spraying, less pesticides.
We have a ton of leaves in our backyard right now, and it's making it hard for our dogs to go and find space for them to do their business, and also for us to find their business and pick it up after they've gone and done it. What would you suggest, or do you have any suggestions for like quick and easy ways to harvest those leaves, get them out? Because I know they could create compost too. I mean, we could chew them up and do something with them.
And they're also great for lightning bugs. The lightning bugs are going extinct because of the, or coming down in numbers, because people aren't leaving the grass littered or the hay.
The
leaf down. I'm thinking of compost and how much stuff we put in compost.
Right.
But yeah, so maybe if you could do a hybrid, like blow some of the leaves up into the corner, add something like the black cow to it, some kind of compost to get it really cooking. It doesn't take a whole lot, but the compost has got the microorganisms in it, as long as it's a wet compost. If you go to the store, and it's super dry, it's nothing alive in there.
Right.
So come out to my place, get some black cow, throw it in there. And then you can tarp it. I normally wet it and tarp it and just leave it. And if people try to make composting too complicated, you don't have to be out there with a tractor or a hoe or a shovel rotating. Just pile it up, because that's what happens in nature. The leaves fall down.
So should we blow them to like the outer edges of the yard and just kind of have like that kind of leaf border around the edge almost?
I really think maybe not for composting as much, but that would be really good for the insects to get under. Toads get up under there for warmth during the winter times.
Sure.
There's all kind of.
So clear the space in the middle for our dogs, but then like blow those leaves out to the outer edges so that we're not getting rid of them altogether.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, bagging them up and sending them to the landfill is not an option for us. We're just trying to figure out what's the right environmental way to make space for the dogs to be able to do their business, and for us to be able to see it and pick it up and throw it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you are going to bag it up, call some farms. Most of the farms aren't going to take it if it's got heavy pine straw in it, because the pine straw just takes forever to decompose.
Right.
And it acidifies the soil and all kind of problems like that. But if you do, you can call me up, put it on our compost. There's several farms in the area that would be super happy. And if you have a friend that has clay, they would love your leaves, because I'm telling everybody with the clay's got so much nutrients in it, but it's ripped of that living layer of what I don't like using the word topsoil, but yeah. So, yeah. But anyway, come out to Grow Your Garden with Sal.
Thanks for having me today, Sal. I enjoyed our conversation.
Thank you. It's been fun.
All right. Y'all have a great day. Right on SC coming up next.
Yay.